All right, welcome to the Lockdown Podcast, WrestleMania Match Prediction Edition. We're gonna go down. Well, I guess me, since it's just me. So me go down, going down the matches. No specific real order. We're just kind of going through the matches, and seeing where what I think could happen, should happen, might happen. I don't know. This is predictions. So we're going to get to it. So we have the Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody match. The stipulation is pretty straightforward. Um, I I really think someone's turning on somebody, whether it's Rock on Roman or Seth on Cody. And this one's really hard to call down the line because there's so many factors. And again, this is the joys of this podcast. Is this isn't like, oh, we got insider scoop this, we got insider that. No, this is just me. This is just us, just talking from the fans' perspective. And honestly, I'm gonna go with the drum roll. I'm gonna say that Roman and The Rock win and put night 2 with bloodline rules. Now, let me tell you why I think that is because now you have these Easter egg drops in the on that Monday Night Raw when The Rock beat the crap out of Cody and there was a truck conveniently parked with two convenient people that have said they could they're basically free WrestleMania weekend, which was John Cena and Stone Cold. So I think that the Bloodline Rules match could have that factor play out. So we'll go to the next one here. We got Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. I think, maybe you think, I think it's time for the Judgment Day to dismantle, and that would be starting with Mommy losing the title to Becky Lynch. Now, Becky also has, a contract thing that she's still dealing with, which she has about 2 months on it. So we don't know, if she wins, will she sign a new contract, or if they have her lose, will she leave? She's gonna stay. So I'm virtually certain that Becky will beat Rhea. And so now we have the Gunther versus Sami Zayn. As much as I love Sami Zayn, I'm not feeling like he's going to win. I feel like Gunther is on a tear. There ain't no one that's even been remotely close to beating him short of Chad Gable, who's also now the cornerman essentially for Sami Zayn going into this. But as much as I love Sami Zayn, I feel like Gunther's going to retain and continue his illustrious, crazy longest of all time, and the days are still continuing to go, and he's the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time. I think that this is just going to keep on making those numbers go up. So I have Gunther in this one. So now you have Uce versus Uce. Man, I really think as long as it's a clean match, I got Jay, hint on the shirt, main event Jey Uso, baby. Yeet. So I am going with the Yeet Master General, Jey Uso. So now you have the full cast of the 6-pack ladder match. You have Awesome Truth, you got Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, you have New Catch Republic, the New Day, DIY, and like I said just a hot second ago, I feel like the Judgment Day is going to dismantle in the near future to the point where it's going to be like they're losing those titles. And the one thing that's really catchy is that they have, basically the stipulation is whenever the titles are down, but my thinking is maybe that different teams win the titles. And so that would split the titles up and like, okay, well, you grab the Raw ones and you grab the SmackDown ones. So maybe this will be the dividing point for the title, the tag team titles. I'm thinking so. I think a lot of people are kind of on that same wavelength of we want the titles to be split up again, just to kind of revamp the tag team, just because when you have the two different show tag team battles on one group, it's hard to really keep them valid and keep them flowing around the roster. More opportunities and such. So I really don't know. All I can predict and all I can say is Judgment Day is losing those titles. So now we'll move to the Jade Cargill, Naomi, Bianca Belair versus Damage Control, which I'm not really invested in this in the sense of the tag team titles are not being defended at WrestleMania. It's the biggest show, and you don't have them defended, which waters those things down terribly. This is a flat Mountain Dew kind of match. Like, this match is stupid. I mean, again, the match is not stupid. I just think the fact that they're not defending their titles in any capacity at the show of shows is stupid. Now, as far as the match prediction outcome, I'm gonna go with that Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca win, and eventually I would say Bianca and Naomi go after the titles, maybe in the next couple weeks, and take those titles. And I feel like Jade Cargill is gonna get pushed to face whoever wins Bayley and Io Sky match. So, we'll kind of see how that plays out in the next couple weeks. Just because as soon as WrestleMania, you have Backlash in a month. So, I mean, you got a little bit of 3-4 week build to the next PLE. So, that's my thoughts. So, we'll move on to the next one. We have the newfound, since Dragon Lee got beat up or injured or whatever you want to call it, and so Andrade steps in his place to face Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio, and so I feel like again, this is a dismantling of the Judgment Day. I feel like Andrade and Rey will beat them, and and if Santos and Dominic win, I feel like Dominic's going to be pushed towards more Legado del Fantasma, and kind of the Judgment Day will dismantle here in the next, we'll call it 6 months, just a rough estimate. I feel like the Judgment Day has kind of run their course. I feel like it's time for that to be in the back. I just think it's played out. So now we have the Roman and Cody match, and like I said, I think Roman and Rock win night one, so we're going to have a Bloodline rules match, which will kind of, like I said about the Easter egg, is that you're going to have Stone Cold and John Cena in some capacity help Cody win. So I think Cody finishes the story. I think, and then Roman can drift off into the sunset, and we can start washing away these part-time freaking wrestlers. That's why SmackDown kind of sucks. It's because you have part-time wrestlers. You have Roman not showing up every week, with the exception of like the Road to WrestleMania type stuff. And you don't have Logan Paul doing anything, so it's SmackDown doesn't have anything going on. And I chalk it up to Nick Aldis trying to say he wants to make SmackDown the show, but you're gonna have to have titles on that show that get defended at least twice a month, at least. So, Nick, if you're gonna make that show good, you gotta bring the titles and have them defended. So that's just my shtick. But So move on to the next one. So the Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. See now again we're kind of running down this rabbit hole of the Judgment Day dismantling, and I feel like no matter who wins this match, they're not walking out with the title, or they're gonna hide the title for maybe a couple weeks because Damien's cashing in at some point. And again, this is the dismantle of the Judgment Day. I feel like everybody's gonna go their separate ways, and so I think whoever wins, I'm pretty confident I would say Drew's going to win, but Damien will cash in sooner rather than later. And the conundrum, he could have a botched cash in. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because Damien is a stud. He is a star. He is great. He is one of, honestly, my favorite guys on the current, WWE run. He's got tremendous singles skills, and I feel like he needs to step away from the Judgment Day to do his own thing and solidify his career moving forward to be the guy. And I think that's going to happen. I mean, he has Senor Money in the Bank. So whether it's WrestleMania, the night after Raw, it's going to happen. One of those guys will not be champion anymore within the next month. We'll go long distance. So the next month, they're going to hold the title for one more month longer, and Damien cashes in, and boom goes the Dynamite. So we'll go on to the next one here. So you have Bayley and Io Sky. Kind of a full circle moment considering Bayley brought Io Sky and Dakota Kai to the main roster to form Damage Control. And Bayley kind of went down and kind of talked about the creation of Damage Control and the downfall of Damage Control. And I've always liked Bayley. She is great on the mic. She is a great wrestler. And so I think Bayley's coming out with this. Bayley is 100% coming out of WrestleMania with the belt. That will solidify her by herself, doing it on her own. Io Sky is just not. She's not the girl. She's not the one. She's barely defended that title since she's had it. And I think Bayley will bring, we'll call it the Seth Rollins effect, where the dude's defending it as much as he possibly can and proving that he's the guy. So Bayley is the girl. She's the one, and she's taking out Io Sky. Like it or lump it, Io, you're done. Damage Control will take a bunch of L's at WrestleMania. That's my prediction. So now you have Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton. Now, yes, you have Kevin and Randy kind of being cool with each other, but we all know that as soon as that bell rings, the Viper is the Viper. The prize fighter is the prize fighter. All bets are off. They're going for the United States title. Now, it sucks. It sucks that Randy Orton is going after a secondary title at WrestleMania. He really hasn't been the star factor, in quite some time. Even before the injury, really wasn't getting much push. I mean, he's there. He's a veteran. He's going to do what he does. Honestly, I really don't think he truly cares. He just enjoys the business. I mean, he's a third-generation superstar. I mean, you can't deny that. Let's say if Mount Rushmore didn't have 4, but had, let's say, 6, Randy Orton's on it. 100%. Randy Orton, Triple H, John Cena, Undertaker, Ric Flair. That, that's the kind of star power and the kind of veteranness, we'll call it, that Randy Orton has. Whether Randy wins the title, I'm gonna go with Kevin. Kevin's gonna win that title. Kevin was a great United States champion back in the day. I had to say back in the day, but and I think Kevin Owens is walking out United States champion. Logan Paul can go back to being whatever he was, And when they say they brought Logan Paul to bring viewership to the product of sports entertainment, what's the point of him, quote unquote, bringing these viewership when the viewership has never been a problem? WWE is the top of the food chain. We are the alpha male of sports entertainment. Him not being there and him barely being there, that doesn't bring viewership. If they want to see Logan Paul wrestle or do a promo or be involved in the show, he needs to be there. If you want that viewership, he has to be there. No one really truly cares about Logan Paul. Like, yes, he's got followers and everything else, but no one pays attention to all the crap that the dude's done. Him and his brother are terrible people. So Logan Paul can go. Just go. Just leave. Be done. Please. For the love of donuts, just go. Yes, you've shown skill and whatever else in the ring. Yeah, because you're not wrestling every week. You're not wrestling 4 matches a week. You ain't doing squat. You've had like 7, 8 matches tops. There's a reason why you're so agile and you can do this, that, the other thing, and you can do all these moves. Yeah, because your body hasn't taken the toll that the regular wrestlers, the actual wrestlers, not some YouTuber dumb shit, you don't matter. Your skills don't matter because you're not putting your body on the line week in and week out. Obviously, you're going to be in great shape. Obviously, you're going to be able to do these cool moves because your body hasn't taken the toll. I mean, seriously. Like, you ask any wrestler, man, they hurt. They're functionally running at 90% average going into that ring. They're never really 100%. Ever. So screw you, Logan. I hope you lose. I want you to lose. And guess what? I hope that Mike Tyson punches your dumbass brother's face and knocks him out. Game, set, match. The Paul brothers are losers. Suck it. I hope you all lose. Bunch of big fat L's. Anyway, I digress. So, KO. Money. So now you have the developing crazy... Oh, man. This has been such a great build to this match. LA Knight versus AJ Styles. If you haven't really digested all that's gone on with these guys, holy crap. Just so much. Oh, man. Going to his house, attacking him from the ring. I mean, just the list, man. I can't wait for this match. Now, if memory serves me correctly, and I wouldn't say memory, I'll just say watching the product for so long, AJ is going to put over LA Knight. LA Knight's going to win, because I feel like AJ's on the downslope of his career. And LA Knight, although he's a little bit up there, he's in his 40s, I feel like he's on the rise. And I am going with LA Knight. Yeah. So now we have pretty much the last of the 13 matches. You have the Final Testament, Karrion Kross and AOP versus Street Profits and Bobby Lashley with a Philadelphia street fight. I don't care who wins and loses this, because either way, you gonna get hurt with 6 dudes and big dudes at that. This thing's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane. I don't even care where this falls on the card. It is gonna steal the show. Just because Karrion Kross with AOP now in the Final Testament, I would say the best thing he's done in WWE since he's came here. Even beyond NXT or anything. This is the best possible raw, crazy, angry, pissed off Karrion Kross that we've been waiting on. And so I am absolutely ecstatic. Now, the Street Profits and Bobby, or the Pride, or whatever they're called, I mean, Like, Bobby's been wanting to push these guys so hard, but I don't think they're winning. I'm gonna go with the Final Testament on this one, just because, man, you can't go wrong with a pissed off Karrion Kross and two dudes who just look like they're pissed off all the time. AOP. So that is what I'm going with, and like it or lump it. These are just my thoughts. So yeah, so this is what my predictions are. These are my thoughts. So, we're literally, it's 4:00 here, so we're 3 hours away from WrestleMania. So let's see how that goes. Peace.